Jai Hind everyone. In the series of our videos regarding India and its neighbors, we move on to our next neighbor, which is Bangladesh. We all are aware that between 1947 and 1971, the East Pakistan was getting a stepmotherly treatment when it comes to the political advantage in erstwhile or the United Pakistan, which was existing. And there was some unrest which propped up by the year 1971. Now, by the year 1971, it is known that the Pakistani military had committed one of the worst genocides in modern history in the eastern wing of Pakistan. From March onwards, this thing had started. Almost 3 million people were killed and a lot of atrocities were committed. And it started as an operation called as Operation Searchlight. We all are aware that India was getting a huge number of refugees from uh, the present Bangladesh into West Bengal, Tripura, Meghalaya, Assam, and many other parts of India. Now, this genocide almost lasted for 9 months, and India had to act, and India had trained the Mukti Bahini of who were the Bangladeshi freedom fighters. And from on 3rd of December 1971, the Indo-Pak War was started by the Pakistani Air Force doing preemptive strike on to the air bases on the western border of our country. And by 16th of December, the liberation of Bangladesh was done, and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was the leader of Bangladesh at that time, he took over. However, the story doesn't end there. Like, it in fact starts there. The young Bangladesh was carved by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman till 1975, and in 1975 he was assassinated, and there was a military civil regime under Ziaur Rahman, and which was followed by Hussein Muhammad Arshad from 1982 to 1990. Now, in the year 1990, there was a transition into democracy wherein wife of Ziaur Rahman, who had ruled from 1975 to 1981, Begum Khalida Zia, she got into the administration after a democratically elected party, which was the Bangladesh National Party, and she had two tenures. One was in from 1991 to 96, which was followed by daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is Sheikh Hasina. Administration was there between 1996 to 2000, when then Khalida Zia took over from 2001 to 2006. And there was another chaos from 2006 to 2008, where there was a political crisis and there was a caretaker government, which was again after the election in 2009. Again, Sheikh Hasina Madam took over, and as we all know, she was ruling till August 24. This was a democratic government only. Now, this is interesting, which each one of us should know that after uh, the elections which were conducted in the beginning of 2024, there was unrest in Bangladesh. Now, there was a revolution called as July Revolution, sorry, July Revolution, which was having a series of anti-government protests primarily from by the university students. Initially, it was based on the quota based reservation for the government jobs. And later on, it became anti government or the anti ruling party or anti authoritarian government, wherein the government was the same of Sheikh Hasina from 2009 onwards. So only one party, one person was ruling from 2009 onwards till 2024. So during these protests, there was a firing action which was carried on the students, where a number of students have lost their lives. Now, in the beginning of, or in the first 2 3 days of August 2024, a non-cooperation movement was started, wherein it is also called as One-Point Movement, where the sole demand was resignation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her cabinet. In a sudden turn of events, on 5th of August 2024, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina had to resign, and she had to leave Bangladesh, and wherein she had come in a C-130 aeroplane of Bangladesh Army, and they have dropped her in India, and she was given asylum by the Indian government. Meanwhile, Mr. Muhammad Yunus was called, was not in the country, and he had to take over the interim government. Now, this happened all of a sudden, and things were moving at a pace which was not measured by many countries. Now, going ahead, as far as the Indo-Bangladesh relations are concerned, as far as we are concerned, we have always been positive towards Bangladesh, wherein we have always given economic cooperation, and India has been the country which has given the maximum financial aid to Bangladesh post liberation since 1971. You can also say we have been acting like the big brother to Bangladesh. And we have also been involved in their infrastructure and energy sectors, wherein in one of the picture I have shown that from Funshiling to Narayanganj, uh, we have facilitated, I would say, by road and by ship, a lot of communication, transport facilities. We have always been with them as far as rail link from. It also helps India. It is not one-sided. Like from Calcutta to Tripura, if we utilize the railway lines, and then it saves a lot of economy for us also. It is more economical to us. Now, as far as regional power is concerned, Nepal and Bhutan are power surplus countries, and India has been facilitating Bangladesh to have, and a number of industries also, like clothes industry or jute industry, we have always been in tandem. And as far as digital economy, like we are pioneers in a lot of digital economy products. So we have always been in, I would say, in sync with their requirements. As far as defense cooperation is concerned, we almost have 4,096 kilometers of borders, actually covering almost Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, all these states are bordering Bangladesh. And we have always been like, we train Bangladeshi officers, our officers also go to Bangladesh to get trained, and we actually have not been any threat to them, and vice versa also militarily. And we conduct a lot of joint exercises and all. As far as multilateral cooperation is concerned, and we have been involved, like both of us are members of SARC. Like Pakistan is not a member of BIMSTEC, but India, Bangladesh are, and even IORA or the Indian Ocean Rim Association and Commonwealth. And these are the common platforms where we sit together and try to improve our relations. Now, with a lot of disturbance happening in Bangladesh in the recent past, we do have certain amount of irritants between both of us. Like one of the major one is illegal immigrants or the refugees coming. We have porous border. You can see one of the picture which I've posted, where in end of Bangladesh and crossing is prohibited. Like It's almost in between the road. So it is very, very porous. There are rivers, and it's very difficult to patrol that area, almost 4,000 kilometers, going through a lot of other states and hilly terrains. And mostly, so many of the borders are swamps. So it is difficult. And Bangladesh did not accept Rohingya refugees, but we have already committed to certain things. A few decades back, the Chekma refugees, mainly Buddhist, they had actually crossed over onto the northeast states. So we do have this refugee problem, and a lot of illegal migrants, and this issue is there wherein we try to discuss. As far as river water sharing is concerned, the major river Ganges, like we have the Farakka barrage, wherein time and again Bangladesh has raised its concerns about it, and there are almost 54 common rivers. You can imagine, wherein we have only two treaties on the river water sharing and things like that. And as far as cross-border trafficking is concerned, mainly human, wherein women, children, they keep crossing the border and they try to come into India, which is probably economically better, and drug trafficking, arms trafficking, these kind of things we do have concern. And as far as another concern for our country is regarding the Chinese influence, which has grown in the last few decades, wherein Bangladesh is part of Belt and Road Initiative of China. It has given certain rights in the Chittagong port, even though we also have asked for certain rights in Chittagong port, and because it helps us in getting connected towards the northeast states in a much cheaper way. And as far as the safety of minorities, this has become a bigger concern of late, because you will find that as far as post August 27, correction, post 5th August 24, there are disturbing reports regarding certain attacks on all the minorities, including Hindus and Christians and Buddhists and things like that. So this is a matter of concern, and diplomatically we are trying to solve this matter. And as far as overall, if you see the he's a Bangladesh is our neighbor, and the country presently is in turmoil, in the sense that it is going through a churning, and it needs to go through a rebuilding phase before it has normalcy. And we also have the reports that in the recent past, about a few weeks back, the Arakan army, which is again a I would say a private force of Myanmar or Burma, like they have claims that they have occupied certain regions of Bangladesh towards the Mizoram sector, basically Mizoram and Tripura, that area where we have the border, where Bangladesh has the border, and but they have intruded into Bangladesh, and they are claiming that we have already occupied certain land. Now, as far as India is concerned, we are monitoring the situation closely, and we are having a cautious approach by India. Like, in order to have a Viksit Bharat of 2024, and as far as Bangladesh is concerned, they have a Smart Bangladesh Vision 2041, that is 50 years after their independence. So we are actually trying to sort out a lot of issues which have been pending, and the government also has a policy. Indian government has a policy of look northeast, and we are trying to sort out the issues wherein we want our development, and for our development, we do need a neighbor who is not in the kind of turmoil it is in. So, with this, we finished the Bangladesh relations, which the aim of the video is to give, I would say, adequate knowledge about dealing with the service selection board, as I have mentioned in the first video also. There can be a tremendous amount of discussion on each country, but I have made it short so that my aim is to help the candidate face the SSB. If you like this video, please comment, share, and subscribe for me to be encouraged to do more videos. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.